Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. And today, I'm going to share with you guys another Invicta watch for the 25 days of Invicta. And this is the bad boy right here. Now, some of you guys know what this is if you've been watching me for a while, and some of you may have just discovered this video. Maybe it was recommended to you by YouTube, or maybe you were checking out Invicta watches and wanted to check out what's available. Sometimes, you know, as many videos as I have up, I'm always blown away by the folks who subscribe to me or check out my content and don't actually actively search for the playlist to see all the different watches I've reviewed. Sometimes things just fall through the cracks. So I'm glad you guys are subscribed. I'm glad if you have clicked the bell to be notified whenever I put up a new video. And if you haven't, go ahead into your settings and do so, so you'll always know when I put up a new video. But for those of you who don't know what this is the biggest, baddest watch that Invicta makes. It is the largest. This is called the Sea Hunter 3. Now you might see this watch referred to as the Generation 2. I named it Generation 3 because I already have the Generation 1. Then they came out with another generation of Sea Hunter. Then they came out with this. And what they've done is basically, compared to the original Sea Hunter, which is getting harder and harder to find just because this is really the best designed Sea Hunter they ever came out with. They've added this awesome crown protector right here, which is very similar to what you find on like a Noma 3, kind of similar. And then, of course, this is the best part about this watch. Something they should have changed a long time ago, and I'm glad they did. The old Sea Hunter bezel was a rubber-coated ring. They've added this bezel, and it's like a gear edge bezel. It's very big. It's very aggressive. It's just huge. And this is a massive, massive timepiece. 58 millimeters at the bezel, 73 millimeters all the way out to the crown protector, which on this watch, it's so big, you can really just call this a 73 millimeter watch. This is one of the biggest watches you will find in the world. Yes, there are a few, and I know you guys never hesitate to let me know about those watches, but there's probably really watches that are bigger than this. I could probably count maybe 4 that might be larger than this watch. I mean, and they're out of the budget of most folks out there. I mean, this watch can be had for a great price. I'm gonna tell you what that is in a second. And it's massive. If you like diesel watches, and if you guys like Nixon watches, diesel watches, and you haven't tried Invicta, get an Invicta watch. You'll never go back to those brands. I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm not saying I don't have them. I don't have the Nixon. I wouldn't mind picking one of those up, but every time I look at maybe buying one, I just know what I'm going to get with Invicta, that those brands cannot touch Invicta for the money. You really can. They're comparably priced watches. Now, if you like those watches more and that's your style, then no problem. But really, if you're looking for big and bad, you obviously bought a Nixon because it's big, or even Sisu. If you like those brands because they're big, bold, and huge, you gotta get this watch. It is really the biggest chunk of meat you're gonna have on your wrist if you like that, which I do. So let's talk a little bit about this one. Now, I have 3 of these in my collection. I have the gold, not this exact one, but very, very similar. I have the rose tone in silver with the baby blue mother of pearl face. That's a Generation 1. I barely wear it just because it's not. That rubber ring around the bezel, it really kind of ruins it for me. Although I still appreciate having the watch, and every now and then I do throw in the wrist. Then I have it all in all silver, and then I have it in, iridescent as well. Beautiful watch. It's big, it's bold. It's just one of the best ones they make. It is heavy. This thing weighs unsized over 17 ounces. So definitely not for the weak-wristed. It's big, it's huge. I mean, I can't tell you the number of times I've smacked my Sea Hunter on something because it's so large, and I've never caused any damage or scratched it. It really is amazing. So now with the Sea Hunters, you're on this Generation 3. They're all going to be pretty similar. You're going to have just different variations on the color, of course, the face, the movement in most cases, and sometimes the movement, and they're still going to have those crown and function pushers, the crown protector, same bezel, mirror polishing down the center, and of course brushed finish on the rest of the band on the sides. The case is brushed finished. Pretty much everything on the case is brushed. The only thing you have that's really mirror polished is a little bit on the indices and of course down the center of the band. It's big, it's bold, and then one of the coolest things about this watch is the exhibition window where you can see that furnace blue propeller. They really this is one of the best watches they make in my opinion. I absolutely love the Sea Hunter. I have 4, and I'm sure I'll get another one at a later date. I almost got the blue label. That was really nice looking too, but like I said, you can't keep them all. I did review that. If you guys haven't checked this out, I should probably do a playlist just on Sea Hunters eventually. But all right, so let's talk about the movement. Ronda, Swiss-made quartz chronograph movement, Z60, 58 millimeters at the bezel. Remember, 73 to crown protector. A massive, massive 23 millimeters in case thickness. It is the second thickest watch that Invicta makes, and I would say if we want to incorporate just in the bezel, the Grand Octane or Grand Arsenal is just as big. Really my favorite watch in the collection or in the Invicta lineup. But this watch is the biggest. You really have to include that crown and function pusher at 73 millimeter. And the only one thicker than this watch that Invicta makes is the Hydromax at 29 millimeters. And a lot of that is crystal. So this is a big, huge, chunky watch. I mean, if you like big, get this watch. You will not be disappointed. 660 feet of water resistance. Complications are your perpetual seconds, date window, 30-minute and day of 30-minute complication, of course, your day of the week. The dial material is an alloy. You can see it is kind of skeletonized. And again, done in that black unidirectional rotating bezel, flame fusion crystal, and that's really about it. Your classic Invicta deployment clasp, just kind of a friction clasp with a lock. Never had any problems with any of these, and it was always something I was kind of worried about. But 5 years going strong with all mine, and no issues. I wear them daily. For you guys who need to hear it, here it is. And that's really about it. Now, one thing to be noted: my gold Sea Hunter is actually. They're changing the Sea Hunters a little bit where they're reducing the water resistance by not making the crown and function pushers screw down. And this watch is one of those watches. So if you get this watch, you know, I don't want you guys to be disappointed. The crown and function pushers are just push-pull. But let's face it, you know, guys, I'm not a diver. My watches very rarely get wet. And if I'm going to wash dishes, I don't want this on my wrist. You know, this is a watch I wear out in public. I wear out to the bar. I wear going to the store, whatever. And, you know, I wouldn't wear this in the hot tub. It's too big. It's really just a real statement piece. And I absolutely love it, but I'm never really too concerned with the water resistance because I don't really get my watches wet. I mean, I just don't. And so I just don't think, I don't really need to excuse me, wear my watch in the shower, you know. And they say it's not a good thing to do anyway because of the heat. But I don't know. I mean, let me know if you guys have more information about that. But once again, when I first I have one Sea Hunter 3 that has a push-pull crown and function pushers, and I thought there was something wrong with it when I got it, and come to find out they did change that, and probably most of the Invicta Sea Hunter 3s coming out now that you're going to see probably don't have the screw down crown and function pusher. So that might bother some of you. If it does, there is a different model. Check out my other videos where I review the one I have, which is very, very similar, slightly different face, a little more white pop, but it does have those. So still an awesome watch, awesome timepiece. It's big, it's bold, it's beautiful, and it's for, you know, like I said, big personality, guys. This isn't for the weak-wristed. All right, so price point on this one here can be had right now for $449 directly through my link in description. Check it out. You'll see a lot better pictures, or you'll see pictures, and good pictures at that, where you can see all the detail in this watch. Without further ado, let's go ahead and throw in the wrist and show you guys what it looks like on a guy my size, my height, my weight. Now, it is unsized because this one is on loan from Bulldog Enterprise, a fantastic eBay seller, but this will give you an idea of what it looks like. And if you want to see it actually fitted on the wrist, check out my other videos. I own, like I said, 4 of these watches, and you can definitely get an idea of what it looks like fitted. I have a few different shots where my arm's hanging lower, where I can, if I do that now, it's gonna flop around and fall off. Definitely a watch you don't wear loose like this. It's not how you wear a watch, boys. You wear a watch tight on the wrist, right above that bone. I forget what it's called, but right above that bone. This watch is so big, I don't wear it above the bone. I tend to wear it right over the bone, but everybody's wrist is going to be a little bit different. I love it, man. It's just such a cool watch. I'm waiting for the day that they come out with this in a two-tone rose and yellow gold. I will have to buy it, and I hope they do, because that is, again, one of my favorite color combinations in any watch. I love the way that looks. And I'm so glad I picked up my Grand Arsenal back in the day. You can't get that watch anymore. I don't know if it will become available, but I'm glad I did, because I can't find that anywhere. It's just such a great color combination. It's just a subtle difference, but there is a difference. All right, guys, well, that's all you get. So what I'm gonna do on this particular video, if you're near the end of the video, don't click away. At the end, you'll have a couple end screens are gonna pop up, a subscription pop up where I want you guys to subscribe if you like the content. Do click the bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. That's the only way you're gonna know. And there are gonna be a couple pop-ups that show, most time I have YouTube select what will be the best video for the viewer. I'm gonna have two boxes up there. I'm gonna have one of those in the top box, and then the lower box, I'm gonna link specifically to the other video where I review this, the one I own, where you guys can see another video with it actually on the wrist, not flopping around. So check that out as well. Guys, happy holidays. Thank you very much for all the support. Up to, the channel's definitely growing. 11,600 subscribers, and as time goes on it gets better and better because more companies reach out. I reach out to more companies and I get more product to share with you guys. A lot of smart home tech, a lot of Invicta products, Aragon products coming again next week, and stay tuned for, if they're not live already. Again, when I upload these, it's different from the day I actually film them. Renato, Watchstar, and Exoskeleton. Work to deal with them. You're going to be seeing more of their product, and I'll be able to sell those to you guys as well if you guys are interested. I cannot wait to get the Watchstar. You guys are going to love it. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. Again, subscribe, and you guys have a wonderful day. If you want to pick it up, do it quick. eBay's great for last minute shopping because they don't use, most of the guys on eBay don't use UPS or FedEx, they use USPS. You get it a lot quicker. I mean, 2 to 3 days, it's at your door. So keep that in mind. All right, guys, have a great evening. Take care.